Hey everybody, it's that time you look forward to every single week. It's time for the daily gym drop, and you're probably going, well, wait a minute, you said you were going to have these on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's Wednesday. And I know, what I did yesterday? I was getting ready to do it, and I felt kind of tired, and I thought, geez, Jim, you're a retired guy. Why don't you take a nap if you want to? And so I took a nap, so here I am on Wednesday instead. Don't have too much. I mean, we're still basking in the afterglow of the Seahawks win over the Rams, right? And aren't we feeling like they should be able to handle the Patriots? I don't remember feeling that way going into the last Super Bowl against the Patriots or the one before that they beat the Broncos. Point spread was right around 2. I think the Broncos were favored in that game. Of course, we know how that turned out with the Seahawks winning 43-8. And then the one before that, it was the only one I've ever been to. The 2005 season when they faced the Steelers, they lost 21-10. And I remember sitting up in the press box, and I didn't even realize that everyone back home in Seattle was upset with the officiating. I thought the officiating was a little questionable, but then I saw emails and texts and things, and people were going, God, what do you think of the officiating? It's horrible, isn't it? And then that turned out to be the story of the game. After the Seahawks lost. Even Mike Holmgren was complaining about it afterwards. So hopefully officiating won't be an issue when they play the Patriots again on next Sunday in Santa Clara. I looked back. I did a Wikipedia search on Malcolm Butler, who we all remember had the interception for the Patriots at the goal line, and everybody thought the Seahawks should have had Marshawn Lynch carry the ball. And I just thought, God, I wonder what Malcolm Butler's doing now. And it turns out he retired last year, 2024. He's coaching football at the high school level outside of Houston. And I think he's not the head coach, but like a defensive coach or something for a high school there. And he's thinking about doing stand-up comedy, and he's also thinking about writing a book about his storybook life with... God, you guys probably don't care about Malcolm Butler, do you? But it might be kind of interesting because you know that CBS and Fox and ESPN are going to replay that interception over and over again. And it occurred to me, and maybe it occurs to you, I wonder what Malcolm Butler's doing now. And so that's why I went back and looked. He played at West Alabama, and he was an undrafted rookie with, I think, with the Patriots the whole time he was there. And then I think he went on to Indianapolis. And so he wants to write a book about, I can hear Sky barking in here, about his storybook life. Oh, here she is. She wants out. Okay, come on. Come on. I don't know where River is. And so I just thought I would pass that along. And Malcolm Butler, that one play is what he's always going to be remembered for, especially in New England for the Patriots. And so hopefully that won't happen. Or if it does happen in this Super Bowl, it'll be the Seahawks returning the favor, maybe Reek Woolen or Emanwari or whoever. I mean, Josh Jobe, doesn't matter. Whoever picks off a ball at the goal line and prevents a touchdown from the Patriots this time, serve them right. It'd be payback. That's what needs to happen. Rick Rizzs, did you hear about Rick Rizzs retiring? I'm sure you have heard about that. I was really surprised by that news. There's River. I figured that Rick Rizzs would probably need to be yanked out of the press box. I figured he was a baseball lifer, but at 72, he talked about in his statement wanting to spend more time with the grandkids, and I'm glad that he's going to have one more year. Sounds like he's going to do all the home games and some of the road games. I'm not sure how much in the way of road games he'll be doing, but we'll see how that transition goes after Rick retires, and I imagine they'll move on to Gary Hill. I would fully endorse Gary Hill as taking Rick Rizz's place along with Goldie, and have Aaron Goldsmith doing the TV. I'm not sure what they're doing. MLB taking over the broadcasting this year. I'm not sure how that's going to affect things on the radio and TV side, but I would sure like to see Gary Hill take over for Rick. And just a few words about Rick Rizzs. What a gem of a human being, and what a gem of an announcer, a play-by-play guy, and a Mariner. He's Mariner baseball, isn't he? So it'll be fun to hear him for one last season and hear the holy smokes and the happy totals and goodbye baseball and all of that. So as Puck said today on his podcast when I was working with him earlier today, a tip of the cap. I don't have a cap on today, but a tip of the cap anyway to Rick Rizzs for a job well done. And again, more than being a great broadcaster, is just what a fantastic human being he is. So you wish him well, and you wish him. God, I can't even talk. You wish him well in retirement. All right, I'm in my backyard right now. Just thought I would take you around just for a quick little tour. I hope you enjoy it. It might bore the hell out of you, but we like living down here in Bend. It's been great. We've been here a little over 2 years now. And we've been in this house for about a year. This is part of the backyard. Well, it's most of the backyard, actually. Sky's hanging out here. And I put down playground chips just because the dogs, I figured they'd be romping up through here quite a bit. And that's been the case. And I didn't want a bunch of mud coming in or dirt coming in the house. Kathy went and got some of this wood up in the forest and brought it back. I had to put these horizontal planks in here on the bottom of the fence because Sky kept going through there and we didn't know where she was, and then we'd hear her barking. There's a park back over here that you can't see, but this is my little paradise in the summertime. Got this pergola that was already here when we bought the house. And I came out here and I looked at it and I thought, oh man, I gotta put a TV out here so I can watch Mariner baseball in the summer. So we spend a lot of time out here. Got the furniture covered, the outdoor furniture, and so yeah, it's been nice, especially this summer with the Mariners playing so well. So we kind of hung out there. This is my I should call it my outdoor office, but it's basically my only office, and it's a shed. And I love this shed. And so it's just, a normal shed, I guess. But I've got a desk that I usually have right here. And, but it's inside right now. We were using it over the holidays. I just haven't gotten around to putting it back out here. And so I'll just take you through here real quick, with all these. I just, when you move so many times and you've got all these different things in boxes and you're hauling it around from one place to another. And sometimes you wonder why you're keeping all this stuff. And this time I thought, okay, I'm going to take some of it to the dump, but I'm also going to keep some of it. And in the shed, usually Kathy would be like, no, don't put that up here. Don't put that up there. And this time she didn't care what I put up in the shed. So, well, here, I'll turn on the light. Even have a little light here. There's Sky. Okay, here we go. So Brooke, God, I just hit my head on the ceiling there. Brooke did this for me, and it was for Father's Day. She had a little letter to me on Father's Day, and I kind of lost the little U part of it on the bottom right, but that meant a lot to me. I put that up. My first job up in Ketchikan at the Daily News. This is what they sent my then wife and I when we left back in 1980, and so I kept that. What else we got? Well, here's when I worked at Augusta. I was there in 1999, back when I had brown hair. And this is the first time I played Augusta. I played there twice. Really fortunate. God, I shot 87, which not too bad. I circled the tees that you can see over here. I circled the different tees where I played where the pros teed off. And the rest of them were member tees. But I was pretty proud of that. I shot 87. What's notable on this to me is, look at how crummy this little scorecard is. You'd think Augusta National would have something. I mean, this is like you're playing at some par 3 course or something. It's one of the best courses in the world, and they just got this flimsy old scorecard. But that was really memorable. Part of being a sports writer was so much fun going to events like that. Here are the kids when they were playing baseball down in Portland. Stevie when he was first taking up golf. And there I am with Brookie a long time ago. My daughter, she's going to be 35 in May now. How about this one? This was when I was working up in Anchorage. You like the beard? And the Pope came to town. He came to Anchorage. And I held up a Mariners schedule hoping the Pope would bless it. And it's taken a while for the Pope to get around to blessing it, but I think he finally did with the season that we had this last year. There are the boys with their Coug outfits. And oh my God, that's Willie. That's one of my previous Goldens. I know you're sitting there thinking, Jesus Christ, are you going to show every picture that he's got in here? Well, yeah, I'm going to do that. How about this one? I was with Steve Turcotte, if you know him. We took a trip over to Thailand. It was a boondoggle golf media trip, and we took a ride on an elephant. That was pretty cool. And here's more pictures of the boys playing baseball in, I think it was Renton Little League, the Blue Jays. And then over here, this was my first marathon. I ran a marathon when I was, well, let's see, it says 86. Yeah, I was 28 years old when I ran that marathon. I was real proud of it. I finished in 3 hours and 48 minutes. And I never ran another marathon. That was it. It says first one. It should have just said only one because I didn't run another one. Swing choir, you ready for that? Redmond High School swing choir. I'm this guy right here. Yeah, that was me in swing choir. This guy right here, George Merrill, just recently turned 70 years old. He was in a group called Boy Meets Girl, and George wrote songs for Whitney Houston. And God, we had a blast in swing choir. It was so much fun. I like to sing. I'm not that great at it, but I like to sing. This was at the Kingdom. I'm working on a Radio Shack. And frantically, probably, it looks like it was around Christmas time. I was wearing a Christmas tie and frantically trying to get a game story in. And this, I think, was from Ketchikan, or maybe Anchorage. Yeah, pretty long hair back then. Had some of these old PI stories framed. And I used to have my first Golden, Murphy, the go-to dog. I'd have him write different stories. This was his obit. I wrote his obit for him, and yeah, I still miss old Murph. God, you love your dog so much, you miss them when they're gone. You for sure miss them. And but boy, I've got pictures of Goldens all over the place. My daughter Brooke, when she graduated from high school, and there's Murph again at our wedding reception over in Port Orchard. There's Kathy. There's my wife. She doesn't like it when I show this picture. That was on our honeymoon. I don't know why she doesn't like it. I mean, she's holding up a Cougar banner. What the heck? I always like this one of Stevie with Brooke. And that's me with Brooke when she was born. Of course, got the Palouse up there. Got to represent the Palouse. And what else? Just a few more things. Bob Robertson, the legend. Always be a good sport. Be a good sport. Always. Loved Bob Robertson like we all did. A couple more. The kids with Butch. There they are. They've been Cougs their whole life. And there's Stevie playing golf again. And look, I graduated, okay? There's my diploma. There's proof. I graduated. I made it. And that's about it for the tour, okay? Did you make it through to the end? 14 minutes there. Thanks for bearing with me. The daily gym drop. It's the latest sensation. I don't know if you knew about it, but it's going viral everywhere. It's crazy how viral these things are going. I'm waiting for awards to come in, but I'll be waiting a long time, I believe. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for subscribing. You guys are great. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you. We're going to have another contest. This last one, I don't know what the hell happened. I thought if you go in that chat room that you contact everybody, and I was looking for scores for the NFC Championship game. I only got 2 replies, and I'm going to make both of them winners. And I'll do a better job of promoting that for the Super Bowl next week. All right, so we'll try it again. As always, Dairy Queen gift cards are on the line in this contest if you pick the closest to the score, and I'm going to double the amount if you guess the score correctly. Okay? How's that sound? All right, go Cougs. Love y'all. See ya. Bye.